Hello, I'm pretty excited. I just got these Plum Feyan, I'm not really sure how to say it, but these snowboard bindings. I have not taken them out of the box yet. Pretty excited about them. I also got their crampons and the mounting kit for the crampons. So we're gonna take them out of the box, take a good look at them, and then mount them on the snowboard. All right, I'm pretty excited about this. Did I tell you that? So I researched bindings for quite a while before choosing these ones. And woo, look at that, they look pretty. Anyways, it seems like the splitboarding world is kind of like really taken off a little bit in the past couple of years. And now some of the big companies like Burton are getting into making splitboarding stuff like bindings. Now, all of their stuff is like made in China or whatever, and they're not made by snowboarders. And I don't even think they're designed by people that give a crap about snowboarding. There's a few companies that still make their stuff in either the US or Europe, and Plum is one of those companies. They're 100% made in France, which is pretty cool. And they're made by people that actually care about the sport. And I think that's pretty awesome. Hey, my binding is in pieces. Oh man, it's like IKEA. That's pretty cool though. So one of the things that I really liked about these bindings when I found them online is that I can buy replacement parts for like all of this stuff. So if I break something on them, I can just get a new one, which is pretty sweet. Also, bindings are kind of one of those things that you probably want to spend a little bit extra on, because if you get a good pair of bindings, it can last you through like several boards and like many years. Let's see what we got in this box. Looks like we got a high back heel cup. Here, we got the base plate. Let me move this other one out of the way. The base plate, high back heel cup, toe strap, and it looks like all the mounting hardware for the ski mode. Pretty cool. So, let's figure out how to put these together. The only time I've ever handled these bindings was at like a store, so I have no idea what I'm doing. We'll see how this goes. Looks like I got some screws, some stickers. Splitboarding is not a crime. Nice. Plum splitboarding. And some directions, but I think that's just for the interface. Oh, here we go. We got the directions for the actual bindings themselves. Let's see if I can follow directions. All right, I guess let's start at number 1. Oh, I gotta get my boots. That would make sense. Let me get my boots. I got a boot. So it says L on this high back right there, so I'm guessing this is the left foot. Also, it makes sense with the shape of the high back, but whatever. So it says put the boot on my base plate. Nice. That's the wrong direction. There we go. Good to go. Now it says adjust, but I haven't mounted them on the board yet. How do I know where I want them? I don't know. So does that mean I should put them on the board and then fix my hardware? It probably does. I guess I'm gonna do that then. So let's see what else we got in this box. We got the right high back. Put that over there somewhere safe. Right toe strap. Here we go. Mounting hardware. Oh yeah. And something else. I don't know what that is. And base plate. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna be mounting them to this split bean right here. I have never mounted these bindings before, so if I can do it, so can you. This will be the judge. How straightforward is this? I've got to say, this is a little bit intimidating. It's just like a whole load of different pieces. All right, I think I got the pieces that I need here. It looks like this little piece mounts onto your board like so. And then this little piece It's like a little gauge to give you your angle. Pretty cool. And then in between, there's this little plastic piece sandwiched in there. And then the puck itself, which the puck is plastic. I thought they were metal pucks. And I think I actually like the plastic better. Hopefully it'll kind of reduce some chatter. So I think finished, it should look something like that. Real pretty. Nice. All right. Let's start mounting here. All right, so I've run into a problem that I did not anticipate. This is my left foot, which I'm goofy, so my left foot's gonna be sitting in the back here. And this binding has like a lever that attaches the binding to the board right here. And because these back clips sit right there, my binding, I want it to be like just about so. It's gonna run into this back clip. So I'm not really sure, like, is there a reason that the binding can't be mounted the other way? Like I can't use my right foot there instead of my left foot? Because they seem like, I mean, pretty identical. Maybe, yeah, but then when you're skinning, your hooks would be on the inside. I suppose because my binding's right there, do I need the back clip on my split board? I also don't know. All right, so I took the back clip off of the board. And I don't know if it's gonna matter or not, but my prediction is that it's not gonna matter because it's so close to the binding. And one of the reasons that I chose this binding over some other bindings is that it sucks the board together and sucks the binding down onto the board. It's got these like little rubber feet, kind of like your traditional snowboard binding that sit down on the board. So I don't think that back clip is gonna do anything for me anyways. All right, so I got them on there, got them like all adjusted and lined up and everything. And then I realized the overhead camera battery died. So bummer. I did learn some things though, so I'll explain that on the next one. Anyways, the base plate has these two notches and that's what sits in the pucks. They're also tapered, which gives that ability to kind of suck down onto the board. So it should just sit on just like that. Like I said, I already got them all adjusted, hopefully correctly. And then, yeah, like that, and then just lock on there. Nice. And that feels solid. Like that feels like a regular snowboard binding. There is no play, no slop. Those little rubber feet are sucked down onto the board. I'm pretty impressed by that. That's pretty cool. All right, here we go. Hopefully this one will go a little bit smoother. Okay, so to make sure these are aligned, we take 4 screws. These do come with Loctite on them, which is kind of nice. You can also add some of your own, I guess, but okay, after that's done, it looks like we take a straight angle and put it against the screws to make sure all screws are touching. And if all screws are touching, we're lined up. All right, so I've got my right foot here, and yeah, it just sits in these pucks just like so. And then you just kind of got to line it up with the pucks. So that it sits in there perfect. Make sure your board is completely squished together. And something I was reading online was saying that you want to leave just like a little bit of room in case some snow or something gets in there. But to me, that's looking pretty good. All right, so now I think I can get this binding set up for my boot. You can tell like this binding is definitely set up for somebody that's got a little bit of snowboarding experience. Either that or you get it set up at a shop, because like, yeah, this is not something you normally would have to do if you just buy like a normal snowboard binding. All right, these are pretty big boots, so I'm gonna be mounting them all the way in the back. This must be the red screws here. Pretty straightforward. All right, so they're all together there. Super simple, it's like 6 screws. You just figure out where you want your boot to sit, bolt it on there. So I'm no like splitboard binding expert or anything like that, you know, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I did do a bunch of research before buying these, and pretty much it came down to 3 brands, either the Karakoums, the Sparks, or these, the Plums. The problem is all 3 companies make like really great bindings, and then eventually I just had to choose one. So I chose these, and I'm pretty happy about that. They are a little bit heavier than the Sparks, which is a pretty big deal actually when you're looking at splitboarding bindings, but they do have a really beefy base plate, which I like. I think there have been some issues apparently with the Sparks bending and stuff. I don't really know. I don't have any worries about that with these at all. Also, I really like the mounting system, how firmly it sucks the binding onto the board. So that's pretty cool. Also, the straps are real nice and cushy. Karakoum also makes some really nice splitboard bindings. Apparently they make a splitboard binding that has some like flex, so that it like really feels like a normal snowboard binding, which is really cool. But it is also a little bit heavier, and then also I'm not really sure about the durability of having a splitboard binding that's made out of plastic. So I decided against those, went with the Plums, and so far super happy. Yeah, nice. Now set this up for ski mode. As I was just putting these on, I realized to mount the crampons, it requires like a separate bit of hardware, and you got to put that on right now. So I got to take my screws back out. Wah, wah, wah. All right, there you go. So mounting it up to the ski position is pretty simple. It's got these little like white markers right there. You just set that on top of the bar, close it up, lock it. There you go. You're in ski position. Sweet. So now I gotta line my heel up. That's actually pretty close, just like that. All right, so now for the crampons. Comes in a little baggie, pretty cool. I'm not sure if there is a right or left, but it does not look like it. So, I think you just flip up your binding like so, drop it in there, and it's too big. No. Okay, so that's pretty annoying. They're the crampons don't fit on my board, and there's no like offset or any adjustment to make them fit. Maybe you can buy like a separate piece of mounting hardware, because if it was just offset a little bit, it would work fine. Bummer. I'll have to look into that. I don't know the answer to that, but that's a little bit disappointing. right there. I did not realize that. Anyways, there you go. There are the Plum bindings. I'm pretty happy with them. I've got to figure out the crampon problem, but I'm ready to go try them out. This is gonna be sick.